What's going on, my peoples? And I go by name the Sorcerer, and this is the third episode of Tears for Tarot. Now, we have a interesting reading by requests from my peoples to do a reading on an energy between Cynthia and Ariana Grande. Is it all cringe? Is it all facade? What the hell is going on? Now, I'm looking forward to doing this reading because I felt the energy from my peoples, and you'd be like, oh, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. I tried to stay away from the whole Hollywood or just that energy as it is, but I felt something. I was like, you know what? It's interesting. Should I do it? And I was like, yeah, why not? Why not? Let's look into it. Let's look into the meat and bones of the situation and say, what the hell's happening? All right? Now, I must stress all my readings regarding celebrities are all for entertainment purposes, okay? But, I'm all about the tea. I'm sure you are too. And let's have a look. Interesting. So, the energy that I'm picking up at this moment in time is a clear indication of some type of energy of a power struggle, a sense toxicity. I feel there's this stronghold to keep somebody at a specific position, and it feels very much of twisted energies of possession as well as an energy of scarcity. It's kind of interesting to see this. It feels very much within the realms of a toxic relationship. Well, what it is clearly quite obvious is that something isn't right. We've got the devil card, right? And the devil card for me, especially with the energy of the Five of Pentacles, intuitively, I feel a great sense of scarcity as well as a strength of wanting to hold on because of ego. And I feel, especially with the two, the reason why this feels like this never ending story is a trauma bond between the pair of them in regards to, now, I don't know how we got here, but I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave, but at the same time, I do. It feels very much like they're as bad as each other, but at the same time, one is being shown to be quite obsessive. I feel very much so that the course of action right now needs to be an area in where something's got to give. I've got the King of Swords, and there needs to be a plan of action because I feel very much so that the reason why it feels very much of a toxic energy is because there are feelings. Yes, there are feelings being hurt. Things are not being seen as of yet, and I feel like the energy of the moon is being shone because there is still a mystery behind this energy. Now, what I feel beneath the surface is an energy of love, but at the same time, when I see love, I don't feel like it's an energy of mutual love. One has the tendency to show more than the other, and one's quite blasé about it. I feel very much so that Ariana is quite blasé with the energy because I feel like this energy of isolation, and it's giving me vibes of like, well, I'm not sure what I'm doing as of yet, because for me, Seven of Pentacles is the energy of like isolation as well as trying to change certain things in the process of it. I sense a great energy of you're about to hear news that it's going to get even worse in terms of weird. And it feels very much of energy of yeah. It's giving me as if it's like they're in a relationship without being in a relationship. It's giving me certain boundaries have been crossed, and I feel within my own intuition that it's nothing to do with an actual relationship, physical intimacy. It's giving me that one is breaking boundaries, and one itself feels very much as if you've got the rules within a relationship, but we're not together. It's giving possession, it's giving territorial. This is mine, but it's not mine. I feel very much like away from everyone. It's giving me as if the sense where, yeah, one is a manipulator. Both can be actually, just one's quite obvious than the other. I'm gonna say that Cynthia's more of a person that's easily shone towards those type of energies in public, whereas I feel very much like Ariana is essentially not showing her truest nature, on TV, on social media. But I do feel like behind the scenes that there is a type of issue in regards to not being truthful with the public. I'm gonna have a look. I'm gonna have a look into this because it feels very juicy in sense of like I feel like it's giving me the area of cat and mouse. Someone's trying to catch the tail, and I feel like it's Cynthia trying to catch the tail between the two, and it's giving me vibes as if like I'll give an example, right? Imagine you are a person that clearly likes someone, but the other one wants to state that they're just friends, right? And the one that wants to be friends knows of their sort of energy of attraction. It just oozes out of them, and one just wants to just clearly is trying their hardest to do the most, right? This is the energy that I feel. I feel very much like, but I'm trying to show you, I'm trying to prove to you. I mean, you're giving me good attention here, but the truest nature of it all is that I generally don't. Okay, I asked, is Ariana really that interested? No, no. But she likes the attention. She's got the energy of the Queen of Pentacles. And the underlying issue behind the situation is that a lot has been said, but I also feel like it's with Ariana, it feels very much as if she's in her nature towards Cynthia very nice, as if like she's just nice. And sometimes we go through the process of mistaking this niceness as a form of uh, you know feeling as if this energy is reciprocated in terms of romance. Cynthia for me feels very much like this is a wish fulfillment. I'm sensing that there has been a betrayal, an attempt, if I'm being honest, with the Ten of Swords. Now, I do feel like the actions from Cynthia are quite untowards, but I don't feel as if, yeah, Ariana has no interests. I've got the Hermit card. She can look. Cynthia can try and try and try. She can even throw the kitchen sink at this energy, but I generally feel like she appreciates the energy of friends. Energy of friends, right? But that's as far as it goes. That's as far as it goes. I've got the world cards. And let me just cover. Yeah, I've got the world card. I've got the Wheel of Fortune. So she's just enjoying the ride. She's just enjoying the vibe. She's enjoying what's happening. This is the energy of the attention that's being shown in terms of like I think it's something to do with the film that they're doing at this moment in time. But what's happening behind the scenes is more about a cry of trying to do the most of, yeah, 100%. It's like I'm trying to show you more of who I am. I'm trying to show you more of what I feel. I'm trying to show you more that there is more towards what we can be, but it's to no avail. There is an energy of overprotection. I feel that, yeah, there is an energy of overprotection. I feel like Cynthia's energy of, let's say, the work chemistry, the professional chemistry has transcended into something professional from bit no has trent sorry, let me just retract that. Has her professional chemistry with Ariana has transcended into something personal. Excuse me, yeah, personal. And it's in caught in between those blurred lines. Yeah. Those blurred lines that in her mind, she's like, well, what if with the Page of Pentacles? What if I send a little risque message of um of a text? Let me look into what also are the motives. Let's look into the motives of this with Cynthia. So I wonder if you guys know this. Are you familiar? And let me know in the comments with the energy farming. Are you if anybody's if you don't know what energy farming is the ability to basically take the energy from someone else's aura, energy, and all of that stuff to basically use it as a battery. And what I feel very much so is she's also seen Ariana's pull in terms of public eye, in terms of notoriety, and I feel like there's a possession towards holding on towards this because it also gives the opportunity for other people to recognize who she is. Not saying that she isn't recognized because of the current fame and notoriety, but it's the difference between people like, oh, yeah, I've seen you before, towards the aspect of like the household name. So there is a motivation behind, not just from a I want you perspective, from a romantic perspective. There are feelings being done. There are feelings that are still there in her eyes. But I truly feel like she's also holding on to the notion that partly to do with her success is because she's around yeah, she's around Ariana. She's around the energy of the King of Pentacles. It's giving me vibes of like, okay, the show must go on, the party must go on. I should be there. I deserve to be there too, but ultimately I've got to gauge the energy and take the energy from Ariana because by her light I can have my light too. Now, I feel very much so that someone's gonna feel very, very hard done by it because I've got the Devil card and the Nine of Wands, and I feel very much so that in terms of a relationship between the two, I don't feel very much as if it's going to end in a way that Cynthia wants it to be. If I think it feels very much so that there is going to be a stark reality of change, especially with the Two of Swords. You can't deny the ability of Ariana's shine, and I feel very much like there are also. Okay, cool. Yeah, I've got the Magician card and as well as the Empress energy, and I just feel like with this energy, it feels very much like she's just too big for the situation, right? And this situation itself will eventually die out. Will eventually die out. It feels very much like, okay, so for every action that I've caused by Cynthia trying to go to Ariana, I feel like she's going to end up getting burned out of the two because the Five of Wands isn't just about. I feel like Cynthia's in a relationship. I don't know much about it, but it feels very much of a relationship. And I don't feel like it's going to end really well because I've got the Ten of Swords. Now, the reason why it's going to end in a way that I don't feel like it's going to be in a favor, because it isn't just about the relationship having issues. I feel like due to public opinion, because I've got the Five of Wands, due to the people around Ariana and the people around her, as in when I say not just public opinion, but just in general, people are energetically trying to get them out like a cord cutting. Do you see what I'm trying to say? As if the paradigm, there is an intention for many people, especially around Ariana's camp or her friends or personal people's. I feel very much like there's okay, this show has got to end. This circus that may be perceived by the public, we got to change the story here. We've got to change the narrative because it feels very much like, yeah, it's giving me, especially with a full card, that Ariana will eventually find a way away from the situation. And it will be a situation where I wouldn't say it's going to end from like a public spat, but I wouldn't be surprised that you wouldn't have their names naturally aligned in terms of news going forwards. And I see that in the next. Let me have a look. Okay. I see that in the next. I got number 7, so it could be 7 as soon as 7 days. But at the same time, it could be 7 weeks, 7 months, all right? Because I've got the chariot card. So I've the energy of the 7. So it could be 7 days, 7 weeks, 7 months. But I truly feel as if like there's somebody whispering in Ariana's ear eventually and be like, you know what? This isn't good for you. And it's not like she's going to oppose it. I feel very much like, look, she's a headline grabber. And when she walks into a room, you know who she is. And due to certain things such as public opinion, people's given her an opinion, she does take stuff like this on board. And this is where Cynthia's got to have to meet her reality, in where certain situations I do feel like she's going to be isolated regarding this situation. I do feel like any issues that will happen between her and her relationship will be resolved eventually, but I do see that the heat will be on her and then the heat itself will diffuse. All right, but I can confirm from my energy it is very weird because it feels very much of like, it almost feels like she stepped out. It does feel like she stepped out, and the partner or whoever is in that relationship, I do feel like there will be some type of forgiveness. I don't feel like it will be the same. However, I do feel as if Cynthia and Ariana will go their separate ways. The issues that Cynthia has is that it's easy for a narrative that I can clearly see. Yep. I can clearly see a narrative in where there is where people are gonna write the script and she's gonna be seen as a bit of a villain. But it's it's territory. It's what you call it. It's news. It's showbiz. But she'll be all right. They'll be in different. They'll be in different pages. All right. Well, I really enjoyed that reading, guys. If you enjoy that too, just like, subscribe, and yeah, comment. That was the 3rd episode of T is for Tarot. And that was that was for Cynthia and Ariana. You take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.